get no donuts?
Yeah, you can get a donut.
Oh, no. I just came from the doctor.
What you go to the doctor for?
I had to check on the diabetes.
You a diabetic?
Nah, I'm a
You a diabetic? Oh, Lord. Corey, a diabetic.
Yeah, I'm cool. Like, whenever she had me, my brother, she had diabetes. So, they continue to keep me going back and forth.
Wait a second. What is diabetes and how come you can't have a donut because you got diabetes?
I mean, it's sweet.
Diabetes is where your blood, produces insulin. And if it doesn't produce enough insulin, to make your body, balance out and be normal, then, you don't have, these outbreaks. You can go.
Eyesight.
Yeah.
Memory, a foot.
Oh, you can't have no donut.
I mean, I'm cool because all I said I have to do is I can eat right and exercise, so that's a good weight. Maintain a good weight. I think I can donut.
You say your mom has it?
Yeah, my mother has that. She had me and my brother.
Diabetes is very common in African Americans too. So
my grandmother has to check her insulin consistently to make sure that.
I'm sure she does it.
How does she check her insulin?
They have machines, all this type of stuff. Basically stick your finger, check the blood. If it's over, I think mine was 98. If it's over 110, then it's a bad problem. That would be bad. Yeah. So, okay. So I put it together. So I think I can have it.
I cannot stick myself. That's why I try to make sure I stay as healthy as possible. I want to start. Y'all about to make me start working out.
So you're saying if you have diabetes, you got to stick your finger. You have to make sure you exercise. You can't eat so many sweets, and you might have to take insulin, and you still gonna eat that donut?
Well, I wouldn't say that you couldn't eat too many sweets because, if your insulin, you have to watch your intake on it because let's say that you're not eating enough sweets and your body's not producing the insulin that it needs. If you're so low, they might give you a Coca-Cola to make yourself, get back right.
So based on that, when I came to the table, I was kind of weak,
So you need a well-balanced diet, basically.
Oh, okay.
Well, Corey, you better not pass out on us today. You better not go over 110 on your sugar today.
I'm all right for that. At 98, I'm all right. That's pretty much.
Oh, yeah, because ways to control and prevent, and the prevention on diabetes. It's so funny that we're sitting here talking about this because I have a project doing my health class about it and I'm gathering information about it. I found out that you can prevent or delay onset of type 2 diabetes throughout your healthy lifestyle. Change your diet by eating right, healthy foods, increase your physical activity, maintain a healthy weight. And I believe in adapting these positive steps to make, you stay healthier, stay here longer, and to reduce the risk of being diabetic. Because the point of sticking myself, I can't do it every day.
My mother got to do it 4 times a day. Make sure she's all right.
And then y'all know it's different types of diabetes, like juvenile, type 1, type 2, so, it all
I
can
did
vary.
not know that.
I'm pretty much watching myself. So I think I deserve it.
You better not eat another donut.
Yeah, I think I'm doing too much.
Shit is so good, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, diabetes is real, man.
So can you catch it, or is it hereditary, or?
Yeah, diabetes is something hereditary for sure. And in fact, about 68% of people with diabetes can die from heart disease or even strokes and stuff like that.
Hey, I heard about that heart disease. My grandma has heart disease.
Really?
Yes. And she never had a stroke, but her doctor said that she's more at risk to have a stroke or a heart attack if she doesn't take her, her medicines regular, or her, keeping, low impact on her heart and things. So even though she can't work out as much, she still needs to, get around and move around.
You gotta watch what she
Yes.
does.
Yeah,
Did
because
she smoke?
no, she used to when she was younger,
Yeah,
but she doesn't smoke
smoking
anymore.
is,
Lung cancer?
the smoking triggers diabetes also. It can become very harmful for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, smoking triggers it.
That's the only way you can get lung disease.
No.
Lung disease?
No. No, I had an aunt, my Aunt Jean, she passed away 2 years ago from she had lung cancer. And she never smoked a cigarette a day in her life.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Never.
Did she get it from
smoked a cigarette.
secondhand smoke?
I don't know where she got it from. And I just know that she had to walk around. like the last days of seeing her, she had this pack, this thing that she carried on her that she breathed through,
like
an
an
oxygen
oxygen?
tank. Yeah, she had one of those, but I know she never smoked a cigarette day in her life. So with smoking, you do not have to. You don't have to generate like smoking, cigarettes to even come in contact with the lung disease and things like that. And lung disease, it affects your respiratory system. So chronic lung disease is, like lower respiratory diseases is the third leading death in the United States.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the third leading death. I mean, just getting all this, I got all this vital information, learning all this in this health class, and it just makes you be aware of things that's going on with you, like get tested, I'm even working out maybe two times extra a week just to avoid because I don't want to, I don't want to become in health like that.
Oh, y'all making me want to go work out right now.
Yeah.
Try to keep it together.
So,
Yeah.
But on the course, like these donuts, I mean, man,
I heard y'all talking about diabetes earlier. And I just want a little more insight on it because my dad got it. I don't know. I be seeing him stick himself. He got to stick himself with needles in his stomach and stuff. That's I keep
type of stuff. I mean, that's why you got to tell them. That's what my mother has. I mean, it's not, common that you can just get so like, before that, you got to.
Hold on. It's common in the genes?
Yeah, like,
No.
Like I said, I mean,
I'm a junior, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to stick myself, but I don't like needles.
man, I'm trying to tell you, when I was up yesterday, they said I have to eat right. One, you got to stay together. Even though you are young, you got to stay together. You got to get yourself together.
So that means eating right, meaning you can't do what?
I mean, they told me I can't have donuts.
So you've been eating donuts since I've been over there. I ain't trying to say I was listening to y'all, but you've been eating donuts since I've been over there.
I mean, I could never do
And your dad, he's over 50, right?
No, my dad is like 49.
Really? Or
But he's had it for since I was, I want to say like 10.
Well,
So
people
he's
that
had he's had a little minute now.
people with diabetes they often build up like a plaque throughout their body. And about like 1 in 3 people with diabetes over the age of 50 have like the PAD, which is the arterial disease. And it's narrowing, it's like where it narrows the blood vessels by plaque in the parts of the body other than the heart. So like kidneys, legs, that it causes other things like restless leg syndrome and things like that. So it may be better to keep up or down or something.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, my dad he be having mood swings. Like some days he have a lot of energy, and some days he don't have no energy. And then some days he be like, son, I don't feel well. I can check my sugar. And sometimes the sugar be way up there. And I used to help him, but it's just kind of crazy how he has to stick himself. Like he has to have 2 insulins, I believe they call. Like it's 2 bottles. He has to stick it in one bottle, stick it in another bottle, and stick it into himself.
Well, this is too much. Starting today, I am watching my sugar. I am working out. I do not want diabetes because I am not diabetes.
Yeah, and diabetes is like, it's also like, I know we have a lady in my church, like when one day I guess like her sugar was so low, it's, it's diabetes is where, like I said earlier, it's where the body does not produce enough insulin. Like we have to keep Coke. We keep a case of Coke in the church just for her, like her diabetic or just to shoot it up, like to get her back right.
So we can go low.
Yeah,
like,
go
so
low.
what my dad's
If your dad ever
is a
goes
good stage of
low,
diabetes,
get
like
him a
high.
Coca-Cola and give it to him real quick, then that'll bump it
If my
back.
mother said she would pass out a couple of times.
Yeah, so you can give her a Coke, give her a Coca-Cola and the Coke will bump her up. Like that could be her insulin too low, and you give her something to put her. That's like my grandmother goes through the same thing. So like she doesn't stick it on her like with insulin, and she keeps keep little things in her purse like to keep her. She can't have too much of it, but you have to keep yourself shot like the stuff with to keep you in case you get too low.
Okay, so basically, I don't have to have diabetes. I can keep stuff around there, so if I do feel me, please, I can use some sugar and stuff like that. Oh, cool. See, that's why you go to the doctor.
Yeah, that's why you got to check too.
That's why I go to the doctor. Myself safe.
But I mean, I'm not really having any of the symptoms because I work out every day and I try to eat as healthy as I can. So I mean,
I
I'm
think
doing
it's
those.
common in some people.
I wouldn't say it's really in my genes. It's my dad.
But it
So
could be.
that's your genes.
Have you ever did like a family health chart, like to know what's going on?
I mean, like I did a family chart, But I mean, like, diabetes doesn't really run because, like, my dad had it, and that's it. My grandparents didn't have it, his mom and dad didn't have it, but my dad just had it. And I'll never forget how he got the in the sun. We had a football game. He was cramping real bad, you know, just really, really cramping. He couldn't move. It was crazy. It was the craziest experience I ever had in my life. And they rushed me to the hospital and they had to put some glucose, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff in his body. And then they said he had diabetes. And they asked him, has he had it? And then the other family members, he was like, no. So I'm kind of figuring out, did he just get it that day? Or had it been way down the line? That's what I'm worried about. I don't want to be in the sun one day and then I'm out there going hard and I faint.
That's what people fail to realize. I mean, you have some of the most healthiest people, and I mean, very healthy people in the world, and they're not.
No more donuts, bro. I don't want nobody. After y'all telling me all this, I don't want nobody.
Drink some milk.
Yeah, some milk, something. Do something with yourself.
But it's just, I mean, you can find something like, even for me, like being a plus size African American woman, I mean, even with myself, like I have normal cholesterol, I don't have diabetes and things like that, and I've lost over 200 pounds, so you know, you have to. I mean, it's just different things. I mean, to be aware of.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I picked up these flyers. I don't know if I took up the computer. I'm sorry. But I also saw you was talking about heart disease too. I mean, and the lung disease. I don't want to catch any of that either since we're already talking about this healthy stuff. So can y'all give me some insights about that too while I'm here before I leave? You know.
Oh yeah, chronic disease is like, it affects the respiratory system. We all know that. Lungs is where, you know, it's where your air comes in to breathe and things like that. And you have like chronic lung disease, like lower respiratory diseases. It's one of the third leading causes of death in the United States. Like it causes with the chronic lung disease, asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is the COPD, which includes the chronic bronchitis and emphysema.
So let me get this right. Basically, if I smoke a lot, I need to chill.
Smoking is
But
one.
even if you don't smoke,
Even if you don't smoke, like it's not good to be around secondhand smoke, people
So
that smoke.
if somebody's around me, say if you're smoking, I'm not a smoker at all, it's a chance that I can get from you.
yes.
And actually, you put
Bigger
yourself
risk.
at bigger risk if they secondhand smoke than you actually taking in the smoke as well.
So basically, if you hang around somebody unless they're gonna stop, you really just need to lose that friend, basically, because they're not gonna stop smoking. And I don't want lung cancer. I don't want lung anything. I don't want heart problems. I don't want diabetes now. I don't want any of that.
The doctor said I was okay, so can I please give me the
No, just take the
Just
pen.
taste the donut.
Still working
You're
on
gonna
it.
talk about all this now, you still want to eat
I'm just
shit.
saying, if you eat this donut
I hear what y'all saying.
and you go into a diabetic coma, I
Didn't you
cannot.
bring these pamphlets of women's and men and women's health problems affected? So let's see if
And that was
yours.
just all my peers, you know, I want y'all to know y'all didn't go to the doctor, it's this, and then I'll be okay. Just let y'all know that I am
Well, we
okay.
want you to be okay too.
How you gonna tell us you're okay? You just told us what not to do, and you're trying to still do it. Look, we're gonna help you now. We're gonna help you now. No, we can't. We're gonna help you.
Yes.
Appreciate this on that line. If I get 45, I'll have it. I want these donuts for y'all.
We'll give you plenty.
We're gonna enjoy the donuts
We'll
together.
give you plenty of donuts. But I mean, y'all, as Africans, especially as African Americans, y'all, we really need to take time out to go get tested and be aware of things that are going on within us. Because I mean, like I said, diabetes, chronic lung disease, COPD, emphysema, these are health risks that are very common in African Americans today. So we need to be very aware of what's going on and know the symptoms and signs and things like that of being aware of what's being that you're generating inside of your body too.
Well, now I'm glad I know about this. I'm gonna tell everybody in my family about this. I'm taking all these pamphlets. I'm gonna tell my daddy, hey,
Here, you have.
hey, pops, this diabetes is real, so you know, take care of yourself a little bit more, and I'm gonna even help you take care of yourself. Cool. Well, hey, y'all, thank y'all. I mean, what's your name again? Nice to meet you, Corey. How you doing, Ashley? I mean,
Lauren.
my name is Ashley, y'all. I can see y'all later.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta go class.
Y'all said that, so nobody gonna take these donuts?
You sound
I'm gonna take a